A data engineer has created multiple jobs via the Databricks Jobs UI and currently holds the owner role for these assets. The engineer wishes to reassign the ownership of these jobs to a DevOps group, but the action is failing. Identify the reason why this operation is not possible. Option A, job ownership in Databricks is restricted to individual users and cannot be assigned to a group. Option B, the person who originally created the job is the permanent owner and ownership rights cannot be modified. Option C, job privileges are exclusively reserved for the admins group and individual users. Option D, ownership can only be moved to a group if the user performing the transfer is a member of that group. Option E, only workspace-level administrators are authorized to designate a group as the owner of a job. Okay, so the correct answer is option E. Only workspace-level administrators are authorized to designate a group as the owner of a job. Now, typically, once job creation has been completed, the owner is solely driven by access management. For example, a workspace-level administrator can add another team member to the workspace. That person can then be made the owner of the same job's resources. In Databricks jobs, licensing typically takes precedence over access management. So for example, if users A and B create Databricks jobs each, they will both stay the owner of those resources. However, if user A creates job A and users B and C join later, only user A creates job A and users B and C join later. Only user A can transfer ownership because they are the original creator. Maintaining access control through groups is a good way to manage access. For example, one group controls all the users who satisfy access requirements. Once that group is added, all the users in that group will have access to that resource. Now, to transfer ownership, a workspace-level administrator must be authorized to designate.
In my view, the correct answer is option A. In Databricks, job ownership must be assigned to an individual user. It cannot be assigned to a service principal or a group. This requirement ensures that specific accountability is maintained for job execution and configuration. Option B is incorrect because while the creator is the default owner, ownership can be transferred to any other individual user in the workspace. Options C, D, and E are incorrect because they falsely suggest that group-based ownership is possible under specific conditions or administrative roles, which is not a supported feature in the Databricks platform.